Zeo had a great track record of cool monsters. The season restored a lot of faith in me. They fit into the story plots well, or they had abilities that can kill lots of people, with occasional weirdness. Still, the season had some awful designs and stupid episodes done to explain some of the monsters, ranging from going after Skull, scaring some kids, having awkward Zord fights, while the monster doing whatever.
Puppet Man.
Barney was popular in the 90s, so Zeo does a kid show with a robotic co-host that got turned evil. The look of the Puppet Man didn't really look scary. The main changes when he went evil was his face. Instead of its original happy-go-lucky face, he's kind of in that maniacal grin. Then he went from yellow to blue. The thing that did make him menacing was his arm gun and claw weapons. But I don't really like the episode. Power Rangers does do the whole hostage type episodes every now and then, but this one was lame, coupled with a monster that didn't feel evil. There's many other past monsters that would have fit that role better, like Mutitus for example. He was scary looking.
Fortissimoto.
Okay, so Mondo thought the secret piano player had some special ability that he could take. I get why he went after him, but the monster was crummy. Whenever PR has a monster with a top hat on, it kills it for me. It's like they took the Mechanizer design and made it sad looking. He had a piano keyboard for a beard, the whole cape thing, plus how hard is it to break into a school and capture Skull? This was probably the only time Skull has evaded a monster. Another thing, didn't you get weirded out when Adam ran down the school's hallway and Angel Grove High didn't look anything like we've seen before? That added to the overall awkwardness of this episode. Then the whole Skull-loving music stuff gets ignored. It was only there to act as a cover with the whole Go Ranger secret identity junk. Never really gets brought up again. I hated that whole, could this person be this Ranger crap? It wasn't fun in season 2 either.
Steambot.
One of the reasons I like Zeo's monsters was because of the Frankenstein mismatch of parts, but Steambot was too much. Nothing on him really gelled. He's a mixture of shower parts, piping, and a hairdryer, but you can't make really anything out. He has his weird head on a hook, his eyes are hot and cold handles, then he's used to merge to form another monster, making it even more of a hodgepodge of parts. I guess you could say these monsters are the Machine Empire's way of doing recycling. He could have been better.
Protectron.
I don't know what this monster is supposed to be. He has a top hat, red eyes, shoulders that are made of gold bricks, and some sort of gray belt. I don't know how he fits into the time travel-esque episode. I guess you can say his hat is reference to the 1940s, and the bricks a pyramid. On top of it, Tommy killed him with his Zeo laser pistol. I really wish the show would stop doing that. Ranger sidearms are the weakest things they have. You can kill cogs. Don't kill a monster.
Clotheshead.
This guy got that Neoplutonium upgrade, but he was weird. He basically floated around, didn't do that much, and was killed off by Rocky alone. So how was this Neo thing better than what came before, when one Zord took him out? The design was awkward. He had 4 legs, 2 which didn't do anything. The top part made him look like the robot from Lost in Space, and he has this weird staring face. Overall weak design, and weak use of him in this episode.
Megazord.
I would have liked this monster if it was made now with modern CGI, but anything that requires wire work this much looks bad. Some things work fine, like Dragonzord's tail, because it's one thing and you're not focused on it. But Megatapillar's main ability was its segments. The Megazord interacting with it was weird too. It always seems to be an issue with round monsters that the Zord fights break that wall of suspension of disbelief. Then I start hating on it. It's a similar issue when Giant Tommy was done. We see Tommy normal size usually, so you end up picturing the Megazord as a normal person.
Autotop.
I hate this guy on top of the bad story. No matter how you put it, making Tommy Indian in some way and him having a brother pop in out of nowhere, then ultimately never used, was just bad. The monster's name sucks. I can't pronounce it half the time. The design wasn't even that good. Some weird bird with a hook thing on his head. It looks like they stole this guy's suit to make Porto and Turbo, and his feet look like he has rolls of duct tape on them. A bad hodgepodge of junk.
Wrecking Ball.
He's based off a Kedama Kids toy, but he looks horrible. They took the design too literal. The toy is made of a wooden handle and a ball. The monster shouldn't have been made of wood. They try to say he was made of a tree with the branch on his head, but his feet make no sense. They look like horse feet. So how does he walk at that angle? His chest part also looks more like a treasure chest than the actual toy. His right arm is also made of the same toy shape. It's too much of the design everywhere. It'd be like having a human's head as your forearm. I know Sprocket was the one who designed him, and he's a kid robot, but he's made other monsters that look better.
Contaminator.
He was really a waste, mainly green with red stripes and a center core. The thing was that the episode didn't use him much, which made it worse. Zeo made this monster contaminate the city's water, but the O-Ranger footage made this episode very restricted. Plus we see him turn invisible, they write some bad dialogue saying he's mad and that's causing it. It was just
Impersonator.
You guys know why I picked this one. This monster was used in the first ever team up done in the series, and they make this ugly thing. It's supposed to be a purse, but it looks like someone's doll, or they put themselves in a sleeping bag with things pinned on the front with a bad Zeo 2 helmet. It wasn't scary. It's probably the worst monster used in a team up, period. Then it gets combined with another monster, and most of it was ignored there too. The fusion was mainly Cog Changer's body, and the purse part was just a bed head cover. Did Japan run out of money or something? What was this thing? The monsters that failed for me are the ones that went way overboard with the kit bashing parts, and some just because of how stupid the episode was. I couldn't get past any of them. Other times it was because they didn't feel threatening, it was just too fake. What are your hated monsters from Zeo? Leave a comment, and if you have a suggestion on a type of top 10 you'd like me to do, leave a comment too. Next time I'll be covering my favorite turbo monsters. There's gotta be something in that season I like.